Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Who Are You podcast. I'm your host, Connor Overbay, and I have my co-host, Shannon Overbay, sitting over there.
Hello.
If this is your first time checking out the podcast, welcome, welcome, welcome. We love to have a new watcher, a new listener, any way you guys are taking in our content. Make sure you guys give us a follow on all of our social media. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod from everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. You guys know where to find us nowadays. Also, make sure you guys check out the YouTube channel as well. We've been doing YouTube for a little while, adding the videos out there. Really been enjoying this extra side of the podcast. If you guys are interested in more of the video side, check us out on YouTube. It's going to be Who Are You podcast on there. You guys will be able to check out the Who Are You show. You guys will also be able to see DGen Bets on there, our sports betting show, and all kinds of other content that we're putting out there. Also, today, we're sitting down with a very, very special guest talking about sports. We're sitting down with Carl Nesmith today. Shout out. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on the podcast today.
Thank you guys for bringing me on today.
Of course, man. We were sitting here having a fun conversation before we even got started today. It's cool to sit down with another athlete, someone who's made it to the upper echelon of what people dream of when they're in elementary school.
Right.
But before we get too far into the conversation, if you want to let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, any websites, anything you want to promote here at the beginning, go ahead.
Yes, you can catch me on IG at DB Skills. That's DB Skills with a Z on the end instead of an S. Facebook, Carl Nesmith. Also, my website, www.northfloridaelite7v7.com. You can go in there and check out our websites, check out our merch, check out the tournaments that I've hosted, and all the different things that we bring to the table. And I just appreciate you guys.
Hey, man, it's no problem at all, and it's amazing to meet another person from Jacksonville, right?
Yeah.
That's the big thing, and it's funny enough, like, it's a running joke around town. I was telling you, I work in the HVAC industry, and when I go to people's houses, one of my, break the ice kind of conversation starters, because I'm a big dude. Most of the time, who's staying home during the day? It's usually the wife, the girlfriend, or something. So whenever I'm coming in the home, I want them to be as comfortable as possible with a man in the house. And I always ask them where they're from, and most of the times it's from up north, from the West Coast, all these different places. And it's very rare that you meet someone who stayed in Jacksonville for a while. Obviously, I know you went around with everything else with the NFL and stuff, but it's cool that you came back and decided to stay here in Jax.
Yeah, man, it was a easy choice, to be honest with you. But being able to travel because of the game of football, it just opened up my eyes to knowing that it's other things more than just Jacksonville. So,
of course.
Coming back, I just kind of wanted to, lay my foundation and get myself together business-wise and come back and just give back to my community, which is very important for me.
I agree, man. We're very big on the community. Me and Shannon, that's our main process here, is just getting out there, networking, shaking hands with as many people as possible, and being able to tell their story, man, because even there's been so many times where we sat down with interviews for people that maybe I didn't know too much about them, right? And I was like, we'll see. I guess we'll see how this interview goes. And they turned out to be really interesting because, I meet people who are maybe 20 years older than me, and they tell me about Jacksonville 20 years ago. I'm like, really? Or 20 years before I was born, right?
Correct. Yes.
It's just Jacksonville is such a melting pot of people that has so many different things going on here. It's really, really cool.
It is.
So to get into you, so we're going to kind of do this in chronological order. I want to get to know, the early stages of your life. Obviously, we'll get into your high school, college, and then obviously your pro career. The first thing I wanted to talk about is obviously we were talking about you were born in Jacksonville, correct?
Correct.
So what was life kind of like growing up for you? Like mom, dad, both around? What was the family dynamic like when you were young?
The family dynamic, it's four of us, 3 boys, 1 girl, me being the oldest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
So it was mostly mom as we came up, and she just did everything she could for us. She kind of just had to teach us things that dad couldn't teach. Well, that dad didn't teach us while he was not in the house. But around about 14, I say. Me and mom, we kind of butted heads a little bit. So she was like, "You need to go stay with your dad."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and I wanted that anyway, because I wanted that male figure. I wanted to be with my dad. So, she let that happen, and that was awesome for me. It kind of messed up the dynamic of me and my siblings because me being out the house and being the oldest. And then my brother had to be in charge then. So, trying to teach him what I knew so he can take care of the fort while I was gone. It was tough, but now we understand why we did what we did, just learning and being able to adjust and adapt. And we teach it through our kids now. We talk about it through when we go through the community and talk to the younger kids. We talk about it in our youth camps. We talk about it in school. We talk about it every time we get a chance with the kids, just how to live and, the experiences we went through to be able to get where we at now, man. We just live it through the kids, and just hopefully they can be better kids and be productive adults when they get to that age.
No, man, I agree with you on that. And that's the cool thing about sports and also having just the male figures, right?
Yeah.
It is hard. Like, I come from a family of divorce and stuff, and my dad was around. I'm not going to sit here and say my dad wasn't around. Yeah. And my stepfather stepped into a situation that my mom and me at 5 years old, he took.
Tough, man.
Yeah, I agree. I talking to him about it now, where I was that little snotty asshole kid who was like, "You're not my dad. Get away from me," like that whole thing. But as I've gotten older, I've learned really how much that takes, like to love a woman so much that you're willing to take on her having a 5-year-old child that's not yours. You don't have to be that person that steps up and be that guy. And to have another male, another role model in my life that helped me teach me life, and maybe I didn't know about it at that certain moment, right? As I've gotten older, his name's Todd. Me and Todd are very close.
That's good.
Yeah, we're very close. And funny enough, me and my family, we all live within a mile of each other here.
Yeah.
That's good.
And we do that on purpose because, me and her being married, looking to buy a house here, looking to have kids here soon, all that kind of stuff. We want to be close and have that, that tribe together. And for example, like with sports, right? It opened up my eyes when I was younger. I've been very lucky in my life. I never was hungry. I never didn't have clothes on my back. I never had a roof on my head. And I talk about that very frequently because I don't want them to ever sound like, I came from the mud or anything like that. Because I didn't. I just want to be honest with that. But playing sports, I got to see people who had different situations than me. People who maybe weren't able to afford shoes to go play basketball or cleats to go play football, or maybe they had to go to a donation center and get things. And that opened up my eyes to really know that maybe there's stuff outside of here that I'm not even aware of. People are going through different situations. People aren't as lucky as I am to be in the situation I am. And it taught me to really just talk to the person, be aware of the situations, and, maybe they act a little different from me because they've had to grow up quicker than I did, or they've had to be see things that I haven't seen quite yet. So I think it's amazing that you are a male role model out there, because there's a lot of guys walking through the world right now who didn't have that in their lives, and it shows. It shows how, like, to be a man it's a couple different things, right? As you were talking about head of household, that's a big thing. I take that very seriously as in my marriage, as like being the man of the household. Have to be that strong man who can't break when maybe your wife is going down a situation. You have to be that strong rock. You have to. Or, your kids are going through a situation. You have to be that strong rock to be that guiding light for them. And it's cool that you were able to be out there and doing that for these kids, because it's very, very important in today's world.
Absolutely. It is. It is very important. And another thing is you have to build a relationship with these kids in order to be able to really find out what's going on. And one thing about the kids, they know when they can't trust you. They know
whether it's genuine or not.
Yes, they know. Like, they got that, like, superpower.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you can try to act like you can act like it, and then they won't open up. They won't talk. You'll be trying to figure it out. But the best thing is to be honest with them, and just let them know, like, you've been in certain situations like them. You may have been in something like that to where you can relate. And once the kid understand that, like, they usually open up, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I've worked in group homes. I've worked in school settings like I am now. And I just know, like, the kids just want real. And they want structure, but they're not going to tell you that.
Yeah. No.
They're not going to tell you that. So just knowing that, having the experience, and also understanding that all kids don't open up the same or learn the same. So, like, some kids, you may have to not say nothing for a while. You may just, and then once, sometimes they'll say something, and then, now they are trying to open up and want to have a conversation. So it's just different type of situations.
Oh, yeah.
we do it naturally, man. But a lot of times we use sports.
Sports is a great way of doing it. And like we were talking about having that father figure in the household, like Shannon's situation when she was younger, her father unfortunately died when she was young. And then went through a slew of just not great role models. Her mom was her mom dealt with some people who were just not good people that she thought was. And
there's only really one person, but
I agree. And like I said,
I think it also caused my mom to just be like,
that's it.
Yeah, like having young kids and then going through something like, he was just not great.
Yeah. And then whenever we got together, I had two dads and then other family members and stuff as well. So it was a little interesting when me and her first got together. She saw that dynamic and it was different than what she had. And her mom is amazing, one of the strongest women I've ever met in my life. And she didn't trust me at first. Her mom did not trust me at first.
Right.
A guy coming in, like, who are you? Like, why do you think you're?
I'll be the same.
Yeah, which I totally understand. Yeah. And it took that time to break down those walls and prove that, hey, I'm here for your daughter. And it's not just me just trying to hook up and all this kind of thing. It's like, I literally 1 month into us dating, she moved in with me. And I told her, I was like, you don't have to pay rent. Just come move in with me. I'm tired of you packing a bag and going somewhere else.
Right.
And no, it's very important. And then I think that's what it was like a missing piece in our family, my side of the family, right? Like I have a brother. That's it. Like we had a very small amount of like siblings or cousins that are females. So my mom loves it that we have it. Finally, she has a daughter to hang out with. But no, that structure is huge, man. It really is a big thing. And like, for example, for me, I say this all the time. I was an angry kid growing up because I didn't understand, why my parents weren't together. Why did my dad not love me enough to stay with my mom? All these kinds of things. And, there's drug and alcohol issues through family members and all this kind of stuff. And I had nowhere to put that until I started playing sports. Right. I could get that anger out. I could get that aggression out, or that I could talk to a coach and say, hey, I'm going through this at home right now, just so you're aware. And being able to have someone else outside my family who's not saying they're going to judge you, but they can kind of deal or work with you on that situation, give you that outlet for people. For me, I think working out, getting outside, and being around other people is huge for mental health. It's huge, and now it's more of a forefront for people, especially in the NFL community, in the college football community. The guys talk about it now. I remember when, like in the early days, like it was Incognito. You remember that name? You remember him and I forgot the other player's name. It was like they got into it, and that was the first time like mental health really got brought into it because it was like bullying and all these things. It is a big thing. Like your mental will help your physical way better. Like we see in the NFL now, you see these guys who are dropping balls or they have the yips and they're not doing what they need to do. You can tell their mental's off, and they're sitting there holding their helmets on the sideline. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I see that a lot.
Yeah. So let's continue down that line. So, right, you started playing football at what age?
I started playing tackle football at the age of probably about 11. I started late.
Okay. That's crazy that 11 is late.
Yeah.
that's pretty wild.
Compared to like what's going on now, man. But 11 because I really thought I was going to be a basketball player.
I feel that. Yeah.
So like my grandmother, she put me in with the YMCA.
Okay.
I did a lot of YMCA basketball. And then it was this boys club called Earth the White Boys and Girls Club. So basically they would have summer camp, but even when school was out, they would have the gym. They would have like a game room. You could do your homework.
Nice.
So my grandmother would just drop us off. Me and my brother, like, we would play basketball. We would play with our friends. It was just like a safe haven for us to hang out and do our thing. So after that, middle school came about, and I just stuck to basketball. So all the football guys would be like, man, you scared to play football in middle school. So, and I kind of was at first. Yeah. So I played at 11, and then I didn't play in middle school. So I got a growth spurt, 9th grade, going into 9th grade, and I tried out. I was a tight end and a quarterback.
That's sick. That's sick,
Paxson.
yeah.
Yes, at Paxson.
Yep.
And that's when it really started taking off for me for football. Basketball started taking a back seat, and I was still playing baseball.
Oh, so you were a 3-sport athlete.
So I was doing 3 sports.
Good for you, dude.
And having fun. So my baseball coach, he the one got me hyped and geeked up thinking I was a baseball player. So he would put me in right field, and he was like, we're going to have batting practice. I want to see you try to catch the ball off the bounce and just try to throw it over the backstop.
Okay.
Because he had scouts and stuff there, and we had a really good baseball program, but I wasn't that good. Mm-hmm. And I tried to do it. I did it a few times, and he was like, man, they loved you. I don't know if he was lying to me or not, but he told me to, like, try to throw the ball from right field all the way over the backstop.
That's a far throw, man. That's pretty hard. Yeah.
So doing that, he was like, you got opportunity, man. Just stick to it. So I stuck to playing baseball and did that all the way out through high school, man. But quarterback was my spot, my position. And it worked out for me while I was playing at Paxson. And I enjoyed it, man. It was a great experience. But it just got even better my senior year when I transferred to William and Raines.
Right. Raines is that school, man. Especially even right now.
Yeah, my life changed. Everything was just different because I was finally at a school far as just they really love football. Mm-hmm. Like they really love their sport. So at Paxson, we just have fun, you know, good vibes, like, you know, stuff like that. But come in the Raines, like, you know, practice 3 hours, like everybody's super laser focused. Mm-hmm. So like just adjusting to that and expectations, man, it kind of really locked me in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you started off by playing tight end and quarterback, because quarterback, you have to know everything that's going on the field. You have to read coverages. You have to know what your player is going to do. Say if they're supposed to go do an in and they see that as not open, they do an out instead. You have to be locked in with them to be able to make that throw. And I think that makes a player so much better when they know what both sides are doing. Mm-hmm. Like you see in the NFL now, right? Like, for example, the Jaguars, right? Our offense has completely changed this year. Mm-hmm. And it's cool to see all the motions that they do. And I've been watching it a little bit deeper now because I'll see the motion. You'll see the like a cornerback or something move with them. So they're playing man, or you'll see him not move and they'll do zone kind of thing. Yeah. It's cool to kind of really see that both sides now. Mm-hmm. And for you to be out there, and usually the quarterback is one of the smartest people, if not the smartest person on the field there. Yeah. So I feel like that probably opened up a whole world of learning or seeing where you wanted to go with that.
It did. It did. I really didn't think I can do it, but I was just going all out. And it was crazy because my 9th grade year, I got moved up to varsity to back up. Well, not back up. I was the 3rd string, but they pulled me up.
As a freshman?
As a freshman.
That's huge, yeah.
So, yeah, I finished the season out, 9th grade, playing varsity. Never played, but
yeah.
So the following year, both of the quarterbacks left and transferred. And the coach, he transferred as well. So that was the beginning of me being able to play early. So 10th grade, I was starting at quarterback.
Good for you, man.
Had no business, but it just fell in my lap.
Yeah.
And then the thing that changed really for me was my coach. He told me he had the utmost confidence in me and what I can do. And I hadn't even did anything.
That's big.
He told me that, like, and I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, you're my guy. He was like, I got so much confidence. I know what you can do. I know what you're going to help us do. He was telling me all this. And what I didn't know and understand at that time, he was building up my confidence and, like, really trying to get me prepared. And that really helped me because I started working out harder than I ever did. Like, anything he would tell me to do, I just did it. Working out, just everything. So when the season started, I did an awesome job in the 10th grade playing quarterback. And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. When I said, okay, all I got to do is work hard, do what my coach asked me to do. I can get this because I never really trained. You were a natural athlete. Yeah,
right?
Like, for him to tell me that and for me to do exactly what he said and then it worked out, I was like, okay, I know what to do.
It's a lot when someone puts all that belief in you, that confidence, it builds you up and makes you want to do all that.
Yes. Look, that's why I do it with my kids now. Like, some kids may take it and be like, do what I did. Some kids may like, man, get out my face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, like, I do that. Like, I try to put so much confidence in my kids and, like, to make them understand, like, I care about you. I see the potential in you. And a lot of kids take advantage of it and they take off. Some kids, are not ready. But most kids, they just take off, man. And that's what he did for me.
No, the belief is huge. And I have a little brother. He's, funny enough, parents, like I was telling you, parents divorced, mom remarried. So I have a brother who's 10 years younger than me. I'm 26 and he's 16. And it's crazy to see, like, that whole difference, right? I remember when I thought I was 16, I thought I was big and bad and, like, it was like the big man on campus kind of thing. And we went to, he plays for Sandwood. He plays either defensive end, tight end, or he'll be on a kick return or, not kick return, kickoff, special teams. Okay. And unfortunately, Sandwood is not the best school when it comes to football at the current moment. Not right now. When I went, they were going and trying to go for state championships, and we had guys like Chris Jones. We had Sincere.
Chris cover our games a lot now.
Oh, does he?
Flash Flicks, I think. That's he always out there. He trains with us.
That's sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he come. Yeah,
I remember. So I had a trainer named Coach T, and you were talking about like the safe havens, right, for where they would bring kids in and like have them have a safe space. Me and him did a summer camp that was the same way. So my coach was my basketball trainer. I would have practice for 2 hours, and then after that, I'd have another 2-hour training session with my trainer. And it was at the on Merrill Road. There's a big church right next to a couple of schools over there. I'm trying to remember the name of the church. It's changed a couple times, but we did a similar thing where kids can come in. They have a basketball gym that they can go and play sports. We would teach them how to play ball, or if they already knew how to play ball, we would run all day long. We would run games. And then afterwards, we'd help them out with their homework, because a lot of kids during the summertime, some kids had to do summer school, and because they were not doing what they needed to do in school, and we taught them that structure as well. We were big on, this is what you have to do to be a man. This is what you have to do to, if you want to continue in your life to make it better, then rather than just running the streets, this is the other lane you can take.
Correct.
And, as you said, some kids went one way, other kids went the other way. But it was a cool experience to be able to, like, I was 16 at that time. That showed me a completely different thing that I was ever aware of at the time, and helped me, I feel like, build me who I am now, where I don't look at people as just one way. Right. I try to get to know the person and see what's around and see what maybe caused certain things to happen. And I'm also huge on second chances. We've all made huge mistakes in our lives. Some have changed our lives. Some people may have been incarcerated because of these certain things. That doesn't bother me. As long as you're a good person now, you learn from those mistakes, then we can continue moving forward. But no, it really is huge building that structure. And I think it's cool to be able to help mold young people to be better people, because you see their success afterwards. Maybe 10 years down the line, you haven't even seen him in a while, and you're like, oh, damn, he's in college now playing football, or, oh, wow, he started his own business and has a family now? I'm sure that's probably an amazing thing for you.
Yeah, a lot of kids from that, like that. It makes me feel old, but
Same.
It makes me feel old, but I love the fact that, like, I was in church the other day, and I had a kid walk up to me that was on one of my 7-7 organizations. He just got married. He had a baby boy he was carrying.
Yeah.
Like, I hadn't seen him in so long, but then he had a little brother that he wanna get him involved in football. And I think he's one of those guys that, like, we poured into him. But so just to see that the other day, and I don't even go to church a lot. Not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but just for me to pop in the church that particular day, and then he walked right by me holding his son, and I hadn't seen him. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna bring that up. Is like, it's crazy that you, like you guys said, you're molding these people, and then like 10 years down the line, they still remember you and what you did for them.
Yes. And that just, that made me feel good, man.
Oh, yeah, man, because you're making a difference. That's a big thing. Yes. And that was the thing I was going to say, that basketball camp me and my coach did. Chris Jones used to come in there and practice. Funny enough, he would just be doing conditioning in there. He would come and shoot around with us and absolutely just wreck us, because he was a crazy. This guy, he's a little bit shorter than me, but he could just jump out of the gym. It was the craziest thing to see. And I'm like, that's the different level that I am not on at this current moment.
Chris gifted.
He was definitely very gifted. But no, it's super cool to see that continued growth of people and pouring into them and everything. But so we were talking about your high school career. Obviously, you became a starter in the 10th grade. And when did you really see that you could make it to that next level? Because every kid who goes and plays middle school football, high school football, they're like, I want to go play for Florida, I want to go play for Bama, I want to go play for these schools. When did you see that you could actually make that next step and actually have a chance to play college football?
Well, like I said, I finished my 10th grade year, did my 11th grade year, and my coach was telling me about, schools was interested in me at quarterback. So I was like, okay. But it was always small schools. I would get letters from like little small D2s and D3 schools and stuff like that. Never nothing major. So I still was kind of like not believing as much. But it still just kept me motivated and hyped. And then what happened going into my senior year, they changed the school to the advanced school of what they call it, advanced school of arts or whatever they call it, with Paxson.
Oh, is that like a magnet school or something?
Yeah,
that's right.
Advanced.
Yep.
So they was like, okay, you can stay, but if you stay, we won't have varsity for the next 2 years as far as for football. And they was going to have just like JV. So I'm like, that's not going to help me.
Exactly, yeah.
But they also gave everybody the option to go to whatever school they want. And that's when I chose Reigns. I knew about the tradition over there and all that stuff with football. So that's when I was like, man, I got to try to really see if I can get a scholarship. And I met the head coach there was Freddie Stevens. He's a legend.
Okay.
He won multiple state championships with Reigns way back in the 80s. He had the Brian Dawkins.
He coached Brian Dawkins?
Yeah.
Really?
Brian Dawkins, and then Brian Dawkins had a brother that was better than him.
Really?
Ralph Dawkins.
I didn't know this. Okay, okay.
They had some guys, man, coming out of there, just going to Reigns and getting all the tradition down as far as just all the players and the Hall of Famers came through there, man. Gaffney's.
Yep.
All those guys. But so I just went in there to learn as much as I could. But here's the thing. I came from Paxson. I was throwing the ball 40 times a game.
Yeah.
And at Reigns, they was running a veer option.
That's what I was saying. Completely different.
So he's like, son, you like basically like you're not coming over here thinking you about to do what you did at Paxson. No, you about to learn how to run this veer option.
You're about to run an offense.
Hit every play because they don't block the end. The end you have to read the end on pitching the ball. So he got to hit you. So I was like, oh, whoa, coach! Like,
this is different. Yeah,
and it was hard. Yeah, it was hard to learn as well for me too. So we kind of went back and forth my senior year, but I asked about playing defense.
Okay,
so I still played quarterback, played some free safety, got some film with that. I didn't get those grades right like I was supposed to, so I had a couple schools I could have went to, but they wanted me to Prop 48.
What's that? I don't know.
Prop 48 is basically like you can sign.
Okay.
You can sign with a school. They're going to make sure you get everything that a scholarship kid would get, but you can't participate that first year.
So you're kind of like
red
shirting.
Red shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably taking basic classes. You could basically get into the school.
Gotcha.
And stuff like that.
Okay.
So I was like, man, I'm not going to do that. So I was like, what's a better option? And then that's when I started learning about JUCO.
Yep.
And they like, okay, you can go here for 2 years. You can get your AA degree, and then you can move on to the next school. And then that's how you can get going.
Nice.
So I ripped up the scholarship, and I took the JUCO route, and I went to Butler County Community College in El Dorado, Kansas.
Yep. 2
stoplights, a Walmart, and a drive-in movie theater.
Real small town. I like it.
Oh, my gosh, man. But I loved it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say I love it now, looking back.
It's part of the story. It's part of your story.
When I was young, I was like, I want to go home. I want to go home. But my mom and my dad, they're like, what you going home? What you coming home to? What you going to do? You going to the Army? Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll stay.
Yep. The military side.
Yeah, I'll stay.
But a lot of people have made that, like Cam Newton did that. When he was playing for Florida, he wasn't going to start over Tim Tebow, so he went to JUCO, and then he went to Auburn, where he won I believe he won the national championship. Yeah. So like a lot of guys have made that similar decision where they're like, okay, maybe I'm not going to start on this big team here. Go hit the JUCO, win the championship down there, or get the stats looking right, and then another big college, like we were saying, Auburn came in and picked him up, and he went and played in the NFL, went to a Super Bowl, did all that. So I think that's real smart. I like that.
It wasn't as common as it is now.
Exactly.
But like I didn't have a lot of options to be trying to figure out what else I'm going to do. I just know I didn't want to go back home. I didn't want to go to the military. No disrespect to that, but I just didn't want to do that.
Understand. I didn't go either.
I wanted to play ball, but it was so tough there, man. It was like JUCO life, man. it's tough.
I believe it.
The food, the dorms, like everything is just like it just tests everything about you if you really want to do this. Like,
how much do you love this game?
Yes, because that's basically what it was. I had so many guys leave out in the middle of the night and go get on the Greyhound.
Oh wow!
just
they don't wait till the daytime. They wait till it gets dark and it get late, and then they sneak out and you don't hear from them no more. So like that was common, and it was just me like, man, I don't have many options to be, ripping and running and trying to do all these different things. I'm gonna stay right here. The town, even though it wasn't much to do, it was very safe. You know what I mean? It was a close knit community. I had a mother father type relationship where they was doing like foster parent type things.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if you was from out of town, like you had like the alumni, they'll be like your foster parents.
That's cool.
And,
I like that.
Help with your laundry, like all that stuff helped when you 17 years old, like you thousands of miles away from home, So that helped with the transition, and helped with me not wanting to, go back home.
Yeah.
And then close buddies, got, teammates and stuff like that. So just learn how to deal with it, and man, we just use it as motivation, man, to do what we had. About 10 guys go with D1 off our team.
There you go.
National championship team.
There you go.
Went 15-0. So, and then like my buddy Rudy Johnson was on that team. Rudy, he went to the Bengals. He was a 4th round draft pick, man. And he did some great things out there for 7 years with Cincinnati.
That's sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we had a close knit bond with a lot of the guys that was from that team. So yeah.
And you said that was a 2-year process.
Yeah,
doing that?
2 years. And here's the thing, that when you go to JUCO, when you're from out of town, they only get a certain amount of kids that can make the team. So if you got 40 kids coming from all over, you're only going to be able to pick 10 of them off the 40 to be on the active roster. The rest of them guys either going to quit or they're going to get red-shirted or what have you. So, like, you battling against them guys, and you still got to make the team. Yeah.
And the thing about college football is you only have a certain amount of eligibility, Shannon. So, like, was it 4 years, 5 years, if I remember?
You can get 5 if you redshirt a year.
For, like, medical reasons, or they'd redshirt you just in general, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, they'll do that. But at the JUCO level, like, you really it's really kind of like if you played solid your first year in JUCO, a lot of guys will play solid that first year and red shirt and then try to go on, which I don't know, why they do all that, but so they don't get hurt that second year and they can just go on to whatever D1 college they go to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, especially now, NCAA is crazy now, where there's millions of dollars being thrown around at players now.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there was NIL money back when I played, it would have been a completely different situation. I feel like I would have pushed so much harder, even though I did work my butt off, but like to have $1 million paycheck sitting there waiting for you.
Man, listen.
Ooh.
I was just happy with they used to give us like a little work study job.
Yeah.
So like the little work study check we get, I was thinking like I was rich. Get them little couple $100 and I'm like, now they getting big money.
Million. And Shannon, so like a guy will go play at a big, say not even a big one, they'll go play at like Tulane, right? They'll go play at Tulane College. Maybe they got 500,000, 400,000, which big money. I'll take that any day of the week.
Right.
And then maybe they play good enough and Ohio State hits them up.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll pay you $2 million. You may not even be a starter. They may have you second string. We'll give you $2 million. You're going to redshirt this year, and then when this guy leaves, you'll move up to the next spot and be the starter. Yep. And there's no such thing as people staying in a college team for really 4 years, 3 years anymore. These guys move around so much now with the change of everything, and transfer portal is a huge thing. It's just the rules have changed so much since, I would say, with you playing college and shit. Even whenever I wanted to go play college ball, that was not an opportunity for me at that time. So it's crazy to see the difference there. But so you said you played your 2 years of JUCO, and you played both years, right? You didn't do the red shirt or anything like that, right?
I needed both years.
Yeah. So, and then you get to your second year. When did the next part move on to going to a bigger college or having that opportunity come into play?
So, like I said, my second year, we won a national championship. We all pushed for it, because we all knew the longer we played, the more eyes we got on us from the scouts. The deeper you go in the playoffs, the more scouts show up to the game. So we just was like, man, we want to play all the way out and win a championship. We did that. Won the national championship was in Pocatello, Idaho, against Utah, a solid Utah team from, I forgot the name of them, but they were good. Snow College.
Okay.
We beat them. Right after that, like, all our lines started blowing up with coaches. Like, instantly, like, blowing. Like, Arizona, like, I had my buddy go to Arkansas. I had 2 buddies go to Arkansas, Arizona. And we had 10 guys go off. D1 guys, they just gone. And I had to choose between Wyoming and Kansas. I only chose Kansas because it was the only school that signed me as an athlete.
Okay. Instead of one position.
It started, because I'm like, okay, you're gonna give me 4 chances to get on the field. I know I can bank one.
At least one. Yeah.
I know I can get 1 out of 4 versus Wyoming. Like, we just want you to be a wide receiver and a kick returner. That's it. But I was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to Kansas.
Explore all the options.
Yeah, going to Kansas. So I got up there, and that was it.
Yeah, man.
That was it. My life went to another level. Started eating better food. Started being able to take care of myself a little better, with just fitness. Like, everything was just so much better for me. And the fact that it helped me so much more on the field too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have my own place, my own transportation. Things was just a lot different. I was a lot freer of worrying about different stuff. I can send my mom some money home.
There you go.
Make sure you know what I'm saying? Little small stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little small stuff like that. It really just helped propel me to just go harder. And that's what I did.
What was the main position that you played when you played over at KU?
Safety.
Safety, okay.
Yeah. I got over there. I was learning a whole new position. Never played it before besides high school. And once I learned it, it took me about 3 or 4 games to at least, know what I was doing, man.
Yeah.
Because my coach, he didn't trust me out there because I was but, like, I would make plays. I would make plays, but I'd be doing the wrong thing.
You weren't in the right position.
Right
Exactly,
Like, he's like, good, but Carl, you're supposed to be in the post. Why are you down here trying to blitz the quarterback?
Who was your head coach at the time?
Terry Allen.
Okay.
Terry Allen, great guy, great coach, man. But I had a position coach, Clint Bourne. He's from Lawrence, Kansas, so he was right from the area. And he played at Butler Community College too.
Oh, really?
And he played at KU.
That's sick.
So, like, he ended up being my DB coach, and he the one took the time out. He took me in the office, watched the film, explained to me different stuff that I never really knew about football. Even though I played so much, like, I really didn't know as much as I thought I did. So he broke it down. He showed me everything. And then one particular game, things just started slowing down.
Yep.
And once that happened, like, I just took advantage of every opportunity I had, man. I was just known for a vicious hitter. I love to go get the football. I had the crowd behind us. Like, we just, we fed off the crowd. They fed off the things we did. And the coaches just started trusting and believing in me. They started giving me more responsibilities. And I was just ready, man. I was locked in, man.
That's awesome, man.
Locked in. So in the end of my junior year, I was first team, all Big 12.
Oh, wow.
First team. I was Big 12 newcomer, defensive newcomer of the year.
Yeah. I
had made a few publications for All-Americans. So, like, I was doing some great things. And I supposed to have probably left my junior year.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything about the position.
Gotcha.
And that was my first year ever playing it.
So you decided to stay for your senior year, right?
Yeah.
And were you pretty good? Like, obviously the injury bug is an issue for a lot of people, right? Did you stay pretty healthy through your college career?
I stayed pretty healthy.
That's good.
I stayed pretty healthy. No broken bone. I think I had a turf toe right at the end of my senior year. That was tough.
Well, that's the thing that's crazy now is, like, it's big in the news now, right? Because these past couple years, and then this year Joe Burrow went down with the turf toe. I had to look it up because I didn't know what that was. Because it sounds like a cutesy little, like, injury, right? And then you look into it and it's like, oh, your ligament basically ripped off your foot, or you tore part of it.
Your toe,
yeah.
Like, I had to get, like, these different inserts, like metal inserts from the bottom of my my soul, as far as my shoes.
Remember we saw that in I forgot what game we were watching. They were talking about the player had that metal insert. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, man. They had to take the way they take my toe up so it wouldn't move. I had to get I forgot the name of the shot before the game. Like, a couple of days before the game, like they had to shoot me in my toe, the side of my toe, for me to play. Yeah, it was that bad, and then it lingered on until going into the NFL too. Really? It lingered on because it lasted so long. But it was bad.
I believe it. Yeah,
it was bad.
Especially for your position, you're moving, you're grooving, like, and you need that foot to make that quick cut to get to where you need to go. Yeah.
But I think that's one of the reasons Deion retired too, because he had that.
And what's crazy about him, man, he lost from different ailments. Like, I think his liver or his kidney or something. He had to get something taken out this year because of cancer. And then he's lost a couple toes, if I remember correctly, from different, I don't think it was gout or anything. I forgot what there was some kind of sickness. Do you mind looking that up, Shannon, why Deion Sanders lost some of his toes? But like his big toe's missing. I think his second toe's gone now too. It's crazy to see that. And for someone, at least from what he has said, he's never done drugs. He doesn't drink alcohol. He doesn't do any of that stuff. And to think that kind of stuff happens, it's wild.
But I wonder, hopefully that's not that can't be like a genetic thing. Really.
Especially with his sons, right? Yeah, that'd be scary.
I don't know what it is behind that, But.
Did you find it, Shannon?
Yeah, it said he had 2 toes on his left foot amputated due to blood clots stemming from a previous surgery.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like gout or something like that. But no, that's so scary, man. Yeah. But that's huge that even though you went through that injury, you were still able to make it through. Did you get your degree while you were in college?
I didn't. I didn't get my degree. This is the thing I want to talk to you young guys. I was so naive I literally left school and didn't withdraw.
Oh, really?
I didn't even know better.
Yeah.
That last semester, I got all F's on my transcript, and because I went back and I finished. I went back years later and went online and finished. Yeah, and when they looked up my GPA, I'm like, my GPA couldn't have. And they showed me you never withdraw. Oh. So the grades and then the grades after that they gave me incompletes. Yep. But anyway, you guys, you decide to leave school, withdraw, which I'm quite sure everybody got the information now. And also just make sure you have a plan when you do leave. Far as if you're going somewhere to work out for a certain amount of weeks, you got a trainer, whatever it is you're doing, man, let's plan it out. Make sure you got everything done the right way. Because I didn't. I just left school, went to Boca Raton and just worked out, didn't think about school no more. Wish I would have stayed more involved with all that kind of stuff. But I just had to put all my eggs in one basket, and that's not what you want to do.
You want to be prepared for outside of that.
Yes.
And you said you went back. What'd you end up getting your degree in?
I got it in business science management.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah. I went to University of Phoenix.
Nothing wrong with it, man. You got that degree. That's all that matters.
It wasn't easy either because I still had a lot of stuff I had to take classes wise, and also being that I made those F's on that. Mm-hmm. So just doing all that stuff, man. I wanted to do it for my kids. I have 2 kids in college right now. My son's a football player at Utah State.
Hey, that's huge. Yep.
And then my daughter's at Xavier University in New Orleans.
Good for her, man.
So she's doing her nursing thing. My son is playing football. He has 2 more years left. So, wow, I wanted them to see that I can get my degree too. So that was my main force behind that.
That's awesome.
And hey, I was originally going to school to be a nurse. Funny enough, whenever and then COVID happened. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I couldn't even pass the classes. Nursing it's tough. Respect to everybody who does it. I have multiple family members. Like my stepmom's a nurse. My stepbrother is a nurse. His wife's going to school to be a nurse practitioner. That's a whole completely different side that I thought I was going to be prepared for, but one of the hardest things. But. So you go from there, right? You get into college. You go through Kansas, which is a huge school. Funny enough, that's a big basketball school. Oh, yeah. Most of the time, that's what you usually think of when you think of Kansas. But their football program has grown now. They're pretty big. We were talking before the podcast started. Me and Shannon are going to the UCF and Kansas game next week. I'm excited to see. Mm-hmm. So you get done with college, right? Mm-hmm. How do you kind of know that you can get drafted, right? Because that's a whole process. They somewhat talk about it. Mm-hmm. Some people declare for the draft and then don't get drafted. How did that whole process go for you to go and declare for the draft?
Well, like I said, my junior year I was going to leave at one point because I was reached about I had a coach that was kind of tied into the NFL and stuff like that, and he kind of told me like, man, you're buzzing a little bit, and he was kind of toying with telling me like, you should maybe think about the possibility of leaving. And like I told him, like I didn't want to leave because I didn't know the position.
Understandable.
And then that would probably be the first question teams would have. But he was just saying like, yeah, right now you're raw. You are. He was like, but they already understand that. He was like, the fact that you're showing what you can do in just this little bit of time, they'll take their time and not try to say that you can come in right now and start. So all this stuff that I was hearing, it was so new to me, I didn't really believe it like that to understand it. Like, so the safest thing with me was for me to just like stay and come back and be a little bit more polished at the position and still be around my friends and stuff like that. So it was kind of easy to me to make that decision to stay when now in actuality I should have left.
Understandable.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't. So after leaving my senior year, I went and worked down in Boca for about 3 or 4 weeks, getting ready for the draft. Getting ready for the draft, the combine actually.
Yep.
Went to the combine, man. They put you in there. They put you on the field. They treat you like a piece of meat, man.
Yeah.
Like they walk you through these. They tugging on you.
It's a pony show.
Like,
They're showing you.
Like you literally walk up on a stage and they just like everybody. You turn and face everybody that's looking at you. Like they poke in and well, what happened when you shoulder? Is this like they do it all. Then they do the test where the Wonderlic test. Like where they ask you these different questions. If you was walking behind somebody, they drop $20. What would you do?
Yeah.
Would you pick it up?
Personality test.
Yeah. Would you put it in your pocket and go find them later? Like what? Like what?
What's that have to do with me being on this field right now?
It's like 60, 70 questions. So like if you just really get in there and you like, man, forget it. I'm just going.
Yeah.
Now they grading it. They looking at it like you might have just put anything, and now they like, he might not be that intelligent based on whatever you answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like just that kind of stuff, man. And then when it's time to run, they put you down. You're like down there on the field.
Get your stance.
It's nothing but GMs, owners, coaches, important people. They watching.
Yeah. And I heard with your 40-yard dash, there was a little weird situation that happened, right? Like something that wasn't explained to you correctly or something like that, right?
Another thing, like didn't know. So like when you run the 40 in college, you can twitch, like you can move to run to start your 40. So you could be in position, but you can kind of rock.
Okay.
It's like 1, 2, and boom, go.
Oh, so you go on your own time is what you're saying there, right?
In college, what I'm saying, when you're in your 40 stance, you can kind of rock to kind of set yourself ready to go.
Gotcha. Like a push off.
Right.
Gotcha.
In the NFL, if you rocking, they done hit the clock.
Oh.
So I get up there.
Yeah.
Boom. And then go.
Yeah.
4.9.
You're like, nah, I'm faster than that.
Let me go run again.
Yeah.
Get up there again. Boom. 4.9 again. So like I'm like, something not right. Boom, we get back. My the guy who I had been working with, he's like, you was rolling on your 40. I'm like, I thought you can roll. He's like, no, they move the clock as soon as you twitch. And they not gonna tell you to go. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna hit the clock.
Yeah. See, that's stupid in my opinion. They should, after the first one, they should be able to pull you to the side and be like, hey, this is what we saw.
It was none of that.
That's
and
crazy.
I only got to run 2 times.
Okay.
So but when I fixed it, 2 weeks later and they came to the school, I ran a 4.6.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're only talking about 2 or 3 teams there versus in Indy. You know, everybody was there. So
and those 0.3 seconds are huge.
Yeah.
They really are.
I lost a lot of money.
I believe it.
I went from not getting drafted, like I probably would have went like fourth, fifth round maybe, to not getting drafted. So that's how much money I lost. And that's probably around that time, that's probably like probably like $300,000 or $400,000.
That's still that's a big chunk of change right there. Yeah,
but now 4th, 5th rounders get way more money than that.
Yeah,
so, but at that time, like,
yeah. So you go through that situation. So you weren't drafted, is what you're saying, right?
Right.
Okay. So for someone who goes undrafted, right? So there's a couple people I follow personally. There's a guy named Will Compton. He played for the Washington at the time Redskins. Don't anybody give me shit about that. They're the Commanders now, I know. But and he went undrafted. He played. You're fine. He played for Nebraska and everything. And so what's that process like to? After the draft, you don't get that phone call. Do you go and like interview with teams? Do they reach out to you afterwards, kind of thing?
So what happens? So what happened? Me and my agent, we start fielding calls from teams, but we start looking at the roster.
Okay.
So we looking at the roster of the teams that's calling, and we're kind of like, okay, they got to start in safety. He old, he young, whatever. So we're just trying to find the best situation for me based on the teams, which it wasn't only like 2 teams called. So I think it was like a Miami and it was Buffalo.
Ooh, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo is such I love Buffalo's team.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the roster. They had a lot of older guys that was on their way out, but they were guys that were good, but they older. So
what year was this, by the way?
This was like 99. This is 2000.
I was born in 99, yeah.
Yeah, this was like when, I don't know if you remember Rob Johnson. Rob Johnson was the quarterback. We had
throwback
Travis
name right there.
Henry.
Yep.
We had Eric Mose.
I don't think I know that one. Okay.
We had a guy that's from here, Sam Coward. He played at Florida State.
That's
he was a linebacker. He played at Mandarin. But then we had some older guys that was still on the team from them times when the Bills was making the playoffs, and I think we had a couple guys that were left on that went to a couple of them Super Bowls, but they were out on their way out.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, I'm gonna go where the old guys at, so I can be a young guy and try to
make your way up. Yeah, step in.
But then they had a rookie new coach. I don't know if you know Greg Williams.
I know that name.
So Greg came in, and he came in like
with a fire under him. Yeah,
like, man, we had 3 of their practices. Man, we practiced for an hour how to line up for the national anthem.
That's sick. That's kind of wild.
If you're not in your spot, you're gonna get fined. Like he came in like he didn't try to come in as a players coach. He tried to come in and rule with an iron fist. So as a rookie, I'm like just trying to do what I can do. But it was tough, man. It was tough. I stayed in the hotel for 75 days throughout all the camps and all that stuff. Just to not make it at the end.
I saw a video of you talking about you were in your hotel room. You get that knock, and they tell you to get your playbook, and that's the telltale sign right there. You're like, oh shit!
Early in the morning too, knock on that door.
Yeah,
Coach say, bring that playbook. I'm like, wow. So he was just telling me like, man, you did good. He was like, we letting you go now because we know somebody gonna pick you up and all this stuff here. So I'm like, oh, not realizing like this probably gonna be it.
Yeah.
But turned that in, got on the plane, man. They fed me. I was first class.
Hey, there you go.
Got a free meal.
Yeah.
So came back. I was just like so shocked as to what was going on. And then maybe about a week later, I get a call from the Toronto Argonauts.
Okay.
CFL,
yeah.
Yeah, so I still was caught up on trying to get back to the NFL. I didn't even care about the CFL. Like,
understand.
But once I got up there and started learning the game, and I love Canada. I love Toronto.
I've never been. I've heard it's a cool place.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Like, I love that spot. And I wish I would have stayed, but I had got an opportunity to work out with the Jaguars, and I should have just stayed.
Understand.
Because because I left Toronto. I was up there about 6 weeks, and I was on the practice squad, so I wasn't really even on the. I still was making good money, and I was just out there. But then the Jags called,
Hometown.
I didn't even give them a chance to finish. I was like, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Hung up and hopped on the plane.
And this is when they were a young team. Like the Jags just got brought to Jacksonville.
Yes.
He's like Tony Baselli at this time and all them. Is that the same?
When was it? Because this was maybe 2001.
Okay, so
whatever team from around that area at that time.
Yeah, because the Jags got brought to Jacksonville in the 90s, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it was
98.
95.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Okay.
So this was around 2001, around that time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And man, I went and did the workout. No. It was like, nah, we appreciate it, but nah. So when I tried to go back to Toronto, they was like, no, we picked somebody up. We'll let you know if we, and that's how that went. So that's why I say, you guys, man, and I could have made a good living just staying in Canada. Guys make good money over there.
Do they really?
Man, yeah.
Like I said, not hating on it anyway, but the NFL and there's the CFL, right?
Yeah.
NFL is where you hear these $100 million contracts coming out. Are they more in like the hundreds of thousands of dollars a year?
No, they maybe have one or two guys that's making a couple million. Maybe.
Okay.
And then under that, you probably got guys making the hundreds and the 200 threes.
And like I said, no disrespect to CFL, in any way, shape, or form. It's just.
But a lot of guys go over there and they just you don't hear about guys no more, and they're smart enough because they'll just stay over there and make them little millions.
Hey.
And you know what I mean?
They live their life that way.
Right. And that's what they do. They out. There ain't no sense of trying to come back. And it's so much more relaxed.
Yeah.
As far as the football there and stuff like that.
So was that the official end of your football career there? Like, was there any other opportunities after the Jaguars and Toronto?
I played some arena ball.
Oh, did you?
I played with the Jacksonville Tomcats. I don't know if you remember that.
I think that was before my time, yeah.
The arena team before the Sharks.
Yeah, okay.
So it was a team called the Jacksonville Tomcats. We played in the arena.
Yeah.
I think this was like 2002, 2003.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I didn't even know we had the Tomcats, to be honest with you. Okay.
Jacksonville Tomcats.
That's sick.
So
that's cool as
this
fuck.
the thing, like we used to practice up at UNF. And it was pretty cool, but then like it's like you gotta practice, you gotta play a game, and then you gotta still go to work.
Yeah.
So like
tear your ACL, walking
you
into work.
Yeah, so like I'm like, and then if you win, you get an extra $50 or $100.
Yep.
Or you lose, now you don't. So I was just like, I think I'm about to the point where I'm done chasing this because like I still got to get up and go to work.
Yeah.
Now I got a kid, like you know what I mean. So like I was just like, nah, this might not be for me. So I stopped on that.
So with you doing that, did you have like towards the end of the actual career, right, for you? How did you kind of start setting up for life outside of that? Because that's a big question for a lot of guys.
That's where the downfall came from me. Is I didn't have anything in place to have anywhere to start. The way things was taken away from me as far as how it was for me when I was playing football and how it happened, I just went into a dark depression. I didn't want to go nowhere because I didn't want nobody to see me and ask me, why are you not in Buffalo? Why
it's a hard question, yeah.
Yeah, like, and it got to the point where I didn't come out the house. So
really?
I had to get something. I would send somebody to go to the store. I would, you know what I mean? I would, just so nobody would see me or ask questions because that's what it was. Just losing stuff that I had that I couldn't afford no more. And knew I had to give it up. I had a nice truck. You know what I mean? That's what I just had to do because I couldn't afford it anymore. Not being able to do the things that I used to do that I was doing when I did have it. It's all gone, and all the friends that I had that was around when I had it, they just disappeared.
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny how that works.
And when it happened, I didn't think it would impact me the way it did, but it did because I was worrying about what somebody thought about me or what, you know what I mean? Like it bothered me that much on my mind that I was worrying about what somebody else was thinking about me. And it really took me down a dark road that I just didn't want to, go down. But I was able to get out of it. I was able to like refocus, and understand like it really was a blessing in disguise because once I got over all that stuff, man, I started getting good rest. I started being able to do things with my kids more and just see stuff more clear. I don't have to worry about guys coming around just so we can spend money or we can go do some fun stuff. Just the things that was going on had people around me that really didn't care for me like I thought.
It showed you who the people that you need in your life really are.
When everything was gone, like they disappeared. Like just I was gone. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Like didn't want to hang out as much because I didn't have the money to pay for nothing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I was taking it like they didn't want to be around me because of who I like, because I didn't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like really playing with my head up there, and I didn't like that.
But I think it showed you, and it probably matured you as a person to really have an inner circle of people that you actually trust. You know they're not there for your pockets or for what you can buy them kind of thing. And and it, like you said, and thank you for being vulnerable about the depression part, man, because I feel like that's a thing that a lot of athletes don't talk about. If say, you know, when it's like the 0.001% of people make it to the NFL, and even the average lifespan of a common NFL player is what, 3 years? Yeah, maybe without injury, kind of thing. It's hard, and it's like a lot of these people want to be the Patrick Mahomes, they want to be the Tom Brady's that come out there, but it's like that is so many things have to go right. You have to make plays. Someone like for Brady, if Bledsoe didn't get hurt, he never would have been in that starting position.
That's true.
And
that is so true.
But it, obviously, I'm sure it refocused you and added a fire into you. And obviously, you have the 7-on-7s now. And I want to make sure we talk about that, obviously. So tell me how the 7-on-7s have started from someone like me. I'm a huge NFL watcher, huge college football watcher. And I've actually even gotten more into the high school sports here in Jacksonville now because my brother plays. And we had that kid on Mandarin who's a 5-star that's going out there. And the Jaguars just won their, like, they had a 7-on-7 tournament, right, that they, like, went against a bunch of other states, if I remember correctly. They won recently. So, feel free.
Yeah. So with that, man, I always coach high school football. I've been doing that for nearly 20 years, coaching them from Jacksonville, Clay County, St. Johns County.
You were in Fleming for a little bit too,
I was
right?
In Fleming Island. Yeah, that was one of my spots, man. I love that spot. I love that program in that area. But we just did some awesome things with the 7-on-7. So we was figuring out, even in that Fleming Island area in Orange Park, there was no 7-on-7.
Really?
None.
Really?
I say none.
Yeah.
Right. So what I did, I came up with a name, North Florida Elite 7-on-7, and I said I'm going to start putting on free tournaments here in the Fleming Island area. So what I did, I had my team, which was my own team, and then I started inviting other teams to come around from Jacksonville and surrounding areas. Like, we just going to meet up. Nobody's going to pay anything. We just going to play. After a while, it started taking off a little bit.
Yeah.
So what I did, I started getting in touch with the guys from Park and Recreations in Orange Park and Fleming Island. Man, I did a huge tournament, 42 teams.
Really?
Wow.
42 teams, no lie. And
that's a lot of people.
They was from everywhere: Orlando, Jacksonville, St. Johns County. They was from everywhere, and it was huge. It was a nice event. And then they found out about it, as far as the people in that area. So people started doing it.
Yeah.
And then I started not being able to get parks. So I had to go, and I moved to Jacksonville as far as to do it. And I did the same thing. Let everybody come play free, build up enough teams. And after a while, I just started charging $250 a team. Guys would bring their teams from everywhere. I would let my teams get into the tournaments. They would play free. And then after a while, we just started building relationships with different teams. Started talking to teams Wayland, Georgia.
Okay.
Started talking to teams in Orlando. So I did a few tournaments in Deltona.
Okay.
And did some in Orlando. So it just started moving around. It started picking up. And then I just kind of turned it into a business.
Yeah.
And allowing my teams to also have access as well. Here's the thing. I've thrown over 25, 30 tournaments. My team never won one.
Really?
Until last year.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So last year, my team's finally won. We do rings, man.
That's sick.
We do MVPs. I'm to the point now where I have a vendor, flame broiler.
I love that.
They come out. They love the food.
Oh,
we do concessions. We have a live DJ. We have security. Like
it's a full setup.
It's now, yeah. To that now, it's a full setup versus it used to be where we just meet in the park, and just play. No fields on the line. No,
just how it starts.
No lines on the field. Nothing. No referees. And now we got referees, gifts, and it's big. So my 7-on-7 organization, we have ages 8 through 18.
Okay.
So it goes by age group. So 8 and under, 10 and under, 12 and under, 14 and under, 15 and under, and 18 and under.
That's really sweet.
We got a nice family, man. We do some stuff. We hang out. We have fun. The parents are involved. It's a fun environment, fun atmosphere for the kids. And the fact that other teams come into town, I have relationships with, they're looking forward to it now. So, I just look back at when I used to just say we meet in the park to now with vendors and just all the stuff that goes on about it now, man. I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to see where it goes next.
That's sweet, man.
That's amazing.
And what's cool about these 7-on-7s, they have become very popular now. Social media, I see it all the time on TikTok and all these other pages where this is really letting kids get a light shown to them, right?
Yes.
Because this is more of a skill thing. This isn't just how hard you can hit someone. This is more of how well you can toss that ball, how well you can catch, run routes, and all that. Mm-hmm. And do you have photographers and videographers come out and shoot stuff?
That's how I met Chris.
Yeah.
And I just gave him a vision, and he brought it to life, because I don't even think he ever even did a highlight video for 7-on-7. He was like, well, what do you want? I'm like, just go around, record the games, but get the highlights. Mm-hmm. Get the highlights. Make sure you do that. Get some music, some good music, but make sure no cursing.
Of course.
Just make sure it's clean, so when the kids' parents hear it, they trying to figure out, okay, where is that? Not what's that, playing in the background. He made an awesome video, man. I think it came out, we even had maybe 27K views or something like that.
There you go.
And it got out.
Yeah.
And that's how other teams wanted to get involved.
Nice.
And that's just how it went, man. I think that same tournament that I was telling you about with 42 teams, that was the one that Chris did.
Nice. Okay.
The video on. So
shout out Chris, man. Chris Baldwin. We had him on the pod a little bit ago, and funny enough, that's how this interview happened.
Big shout out to Chris, man. You're doing your thing, man. Keep going. I'm proud of you, man. But that's how it is, man. We just make sure we bring exposure to the kids. We bring exposure to everything we do.
Oh, yeah.
Even with Chris with the video, he showed what he can do. It wasn't really nothing I did, but just give him a platform.
Yeah, and he's very, very impressive in my opinion.
Yes.
To be 18 years old and pushing what he's doing, and I'm 26, and I thought I was pretty fiery and wanting to get so done. And at 18, man, I was not even anywhere thinking about what he's involved in.
He's different. Yeah. He's different, and he got a nice little following. But then here's the thing: this is how it works. This is how life works, and this is how business works. When Chris couldn't do any more tournaments, Chris put me on with somebody else, right? And this kid was young, just like Chris, and now he's doing things like Chris as well, and now he's too busy. So he's got next man up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, it don't matter. Next man up, because I know a product that I'm pushing out there, and I know what they're trying to do. So anytime we can link up and help each other, I'm all game for that. It doesn't matter if you're young, you're old, let's work.
Oh yeah, man. And there's a guy who this whole interview we've been talking about, I had on my mind. His name's Reek Bentley. We were talking a little bit. He's the linebacker coach for Atlantic Coast High School here.
Okay.
And he does videography for he's also one of the founders of the Jacksonville Run Club, but he does all the highlights and pushes the highlights for Atlantic Coast High School.
Yeah, they do some good things.
So if anything, I'll show you his Instagram before you leave here today. Great dude, played college ball himself, ended up, I believe he tore an ACL or something, if I remember correctly, when he was playing, so he didn't make it to that next level. Super cool dude, very smart guy, and very big on working with the kids here in town. So I think he would be a great guy for it.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's super cool what you guys are doing. Working with the community is a big thing, and really we're making our future here. right? The kids are our future here in the city,
Absolutely.
and making sure we put everything we can into them. And obviously, you have a very unique thought process, and you've been through the whole process that these kids who are trying to make it into there now.
Right.
Obviously, it's a little different now with NIL and all that stuff, but teaching these people to be good kids, to one, get their education there while if they make that chance to go to college and go play college ball. And you're also showing them, like, hey, this is a business.
Yes.
The NFL, we all like to think it's all because of how we play. Part of it is, but at the end of the day, it's still a business and trying to make that thing. So, no, it's amazing what you're doing, man. And I have a couple final questions for you. Is there any kid right now or multiple kids that you think that should be highlighted that may not be getting the press that they have going on right now? Or maybe some kids off of your team that you feel like are real standout that should get a little bit more shine to them?
I think we got a kid right now. He's getting some shine. Elijah Caldwell.
Okay.
He's a Michigan State commit. He's on our team, but he's not getting the shine on a national spotlight like the kid from Mandarin.
Yeah. What's his name? I forget.
They call him B5.
Yeah. You look that up. Look up Mandarin High School 5-star wide receiver.
It's Kobe Wright.
I think you're right.
His name Kobe Wright.
Yeah.
And this kid Kobe is an awesome athlete. But the kid who I'm talking about, Elijah Caldwell, even though he's a senior right now, but like I say, he's doing some amazing things, and we're more on, like I say, on a bigger level. And when we're talking about the top guys in Jacksonville, he's not mentioned.
Okay.
And I think he needs to be mentioned.
What position is he?
He's an athlete. He
Everything.
plays wide receiver.
Yeah.
He plays running back. He plays safety, linebacker. Like, wherever we line him up at, he's that guy.
Respect.
And we got some more kids over there in our program. We got an 8th grader, Teron Lundy. He went to a camp in the spring at Syracuse. They offered him. Now, it's not an official offer, but they offered an 8th grader off our middle school team. But this kid now is starting on varsity for us right now.
Good for him.
8th grade. So we got some great things brewing over at Impact Christian Academy. Our football program is off. My brother's the head coach. This is our 2nd year, far as me and him being together, and his 2nd year being the head coach. And we're doing some great things over there, man. We was in the Sunshine, they call it the Sunshine State League, which was out of Orlando, but now we're in the FSAA.
Okay.
So, like, we played Sandalwood last year.
Hey.
We did.
Did y'all beat us?
We did.
Yeah, I understand. Sandalwood's coaching's been tough. It's rough, man.
It's going to get better because,
will.
like I say, with Coach Geis leaving, it just made everybody just go anywhere. Because a lot of the time, Sandalwood were getting majority of those kids. Now Atlantic Coast and Fletcher are getting them. But when Geis was in Sandalwood, those kids were going right to Sandalwood.
He was there whenever I was still in high school. Coach Geis, homie only had 6 kids though. That was the issue. He kept popping out a kid every year. But no, Coach Geis. When I went there, man, there was kids on there, and I think the thing that's crazy, maybe it's just because I've gotten older, I feel like the high school kids are smaller now.
They're smaller and they're softer.
That too, because there's no such thing as 2-a-day practices. My buddy Nolan, he was a starting. If you looked at him now, our co-host on the DJ Bets podcast, he's like real fit and thinner now. He was an offensive tackle, and they did 2-a-days. They would go and I forgot, it was like Down and Dirty. There was like outside camps
I know about that,
Down and Dirty that they used to go do. That is not a thing anymore. They won't do 2-a-day practices anymore. And like there's a guy on Sandalwood's team that I knew for a while. His name was Sincere. Ended up going and playing at Ole Miss, and then Shadari Cooper played at Ole Miss as well. These dudes were 6'4", 340 pounds. I was like, there's no way. I would get murdered if I was on that field. I knew my limitations. And it's just that I go and see the high school games now, and I'm like, there's a couple bigger guys. Like, I'm not sitting here saying they're all small, but like I look at it, I'm like,
it's certain schools though, because you got some schools that are huge.
Like IMG.
IMG is huge. But the higher the classification, you kind of like you remember Sandalwood, like they were like 7A, 8A at one point. So like you guys had 2,500 kids, something like that. And so like you have bigger kids and more kids, but then like a school like us, we only got like 400 students. So we only have a couple big guys. You know what I'm saying? So it all based off that. But you are right about that, though.
Yeah.
They are smaller than what they usually be, though.
No, I agree with you. All right, so let me see here. I had another question. Let me see here. Okay, I think that was my last one there. But I do. Yeah. So whenever it's someone's first time on the podcast, I always do have a final question for you. And if you need a second to think about it, it's totally fine.
Okay.
So I always ask people, do you feel successful? And if you do or do not, in what ways?
I feel successful because I feel like the things that I'm doing every day, that when I wake up, I'm touching lives. I'm helping young people in the community, in the school, everywhere I'm at. I'm always about helping, always about giving back and doing the right thing. It's just good for me to be able to do that, and I think that's part of my success. Sometimes I don't feel successful because there's so much more I want to do, and there's so much that my mind be racing to try to figure out how I'm going to get to that. But that's what I wrestle with a little bit. But I'm going to keep going, keep pushing, and all the things that I got set, they're going to come forward, and I'm excited about seeing that.
I think that's a beautiful answer, man. Like I said, this has been an amazing interview, by the way. Like, I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to meet you, man. And this is an open door policy, man. So if you want to do it once a year, feel free to come on and hang out. Like I said, we do it frequently. If we've had someone on a year ago, we always invite back to see what happened over this past year and grow. Awesome. And man, let us know when you have a tournament coming out. We would love to come out and check things out, because like me and her are both huge sports fans. We go to Jags games, we go to basketball, football games, everything. We're big into it. Oh, I remembered my other question for you. Okay. So if someone wants to get involved in the 7-on-7 league, what is the best way for them to get involved? I know you have your website and everything, but feel free to let them know as well.
You still got the website. Like I said, it's www.northfloridaelite7v7.com. Or you can reach me on my cell. I don't know if I need to put that on.
I would leave the cell phone number away. I would just say,
someone DM you.
DM. If you're interested in training, if you're interested in 7-on-7, like I said, the age group start from all the way from 8 years old all the way to 18. We also have on the website, it'll tell you about our youth camps that we do. We do several of those a year. And they always kind of keep you guys updated as to what I'm doing. So even if you go to my DB Skills page on IG, that's at DB Skills, DBSKILLZ, you can kind of just check out what I'm doing. We also opened my Top Dogs hot dog business.
Oh.
So we sell quarter beef hot dogs, nice size.
Okay.
We do baked beans and coleslaw. And we try to change up. Yeah, we travel around a little bit. So that's some of the stuff that we're doing. I'm also looking into opening up a homeschool location where parents can drop their kids off that are signed up for homeschool, and just making sure that they're getting things done on time, on point. And I'll have more information on that here coming soon, but definitely look out for my homeschool business. I'll have some more information coming out.
Oh, yeah, man. Awesome. Whenever you have that up and running, feel free to send us any info that we can post up on the socials. We'd be more than happy to put that out there for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we thoroughly appreciate getting to sit down with you today. Like I said, thank you for taking the time and being interested in coming on the show. And like I said, sharing your story, man. Yeah. Like it's super cool to sit down with someone who's made it through all these processes. And as you said, like, you know, maybe there was a darker side to it and making your way out of that.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing that a lot of athletes don't talk about, because, you know, the game is so important to you. It's your life when you're doing it. And then, you know, sometimes it's ripped away from you, or sometimes it just doesn't work out. And making that next step is usually the biggest question for a lot of these guys and gals after this. So
I think we need to touch on that more once we do on another
of course,
you know, session, man, and talk more about how you can deal with it. And just my opinion on how I did it, not saying that that's the right way.
Understand.
But just like just having some things in place to where you can lean on and lean towards to help yourself and not feel like you're by yourself.
Yep. say when it comes to a lot of these situations, a lot of people think that they're alone, and in life we've all gone through similar situations. That's one of the main points of this show, is to tell people like, hey, you're not alone. You know, that's why I've been so open about my mental health things and going through situations throughout our lives, and me and Shannon are very open on here, and just at the end of the day, it can help one person, and if it does, that makes the show way worth it. So
absolutely, man, absolutely.
Well, sounds good, man. Well, like I said, thank you so much for your time today. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, and we look forward to having you back on in a year. So, guys, and gals, make sure you guys go follow him on social media. Go check out the website. If you guys are interested on the 7-on-7s, you want to learn more of his story. And there was a media part as well, right? What was the media one? You were doing interviews and stuff for the social medias and all that?
I'm not sure which social media.
Oh, I'm sorry. The one that we were talking about where you can do like podcasts and...
Millions.co.
That's what it was.
So, yeah, if you guys go on Millions.co, it's an app. I have merch. You can look up Carl the Butcher Nesmith.
I like it.
And when you go on, you can go on there and you'll see my merch, my DB Skills merch. You'll see my autographed footballs. You'll see some of my interviews. You also see some highlights from the tournament, some of my 7-on-7 tournaments. You can just check me out, man. It's a bunch of athletes on the Millions.co app. They're all professional, and they're all doing their thing. And, just go on there and check out, not just me, but all the athletes that's on Millions.co. And I appreciate you guys for that.
Awesome.
Of course, man. So, guys, make sure you guys go follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff on there. And if you guys are interested in the 7-on-7 and you found out about it from the Who Are You, let them know that the Who Are You sent you. We love to see when our listeners, our watchers go out and work with the people that we sit down and talk with. Very big on the networking and, being able to shake hands with people from the show. So please make sure you guys let them know. And for us, before we get out of here today, make sure you guys give us a follow on the social medias. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod, from everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. You guys know where to find us nowadays. Also, please hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. We got 50-50 split. 50 people who are watching are subscribed, 50% are not. Please just hit that subscribe button. It's free. It helps the show get seen by more people and help us get more amazing guests like we are sitting down with today. And then my final thing is, if you feel like you'd be a good fit for the show, you're an athlete, you're an entrepreneur, business owner, you're starting something new and you want more people to know about it, or you feel like you'd be a good fit for the show, either hit me up in the DMs on any of our social media, or you can email me. It's going to be whoareyoupod@yahoo.com, and maybe we'll have you guys on a future episode. But as I say every single week, y'all, thank you so much for your time and checking us out, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Yeah.